Your list is on right now.
When you do pasta, you have to make it with love.
The ingredients and the steps for that perfect pasta and a special sauce.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, ways to take the worry out of your kids' college application process.
It doesn't have to feel so cumbersome and stressful.
But first, 10-month-old spinach, eggs, sitting for a year.
We end up throwing away about a third of the food that we buy.
Now you don't have to. Storage secrets you can use to keep your food fresher longer. That's on the top of our list right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Shaguna Dulo. We all hate the feeling of looking in the fridge and realizing we have to throw away a bunch of expired, uneaten food. But that doesn't have to happen. Our Jimmy Rhodes has some smart and easy solutions. How to save food beyond its expiration date is our featured story at the top of the list.
Food is money. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average U.S. household spends $4,464 a year on groceries. And Consumer Reports Associate Health Editor Catherine Roberts says we're wasting a big chunk of that investment.
We end up throwing away about a third of the food that we buy on average.
That's almost $1,500 getting scraped into the trash. So I'm trying out 4 food storage secrets that I didn't know until now, starting with eggs.
So if you're talking about both the yolk and the whites, you want to beat them up together and store them in the beaten form.
A quick whisk and a whole beaten egg will stay good in the freezer for about a year. Same with the whites, but yolks are trickier and you need to plan ahead.
To use them in something sweet, mix in about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar for every 4 yolks. If you're going to make something savory, you'll want to put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt for every 4 yolks.
These tricks will keep your yolks usable when they thaw. Next up, grapes.
Grapes don't keep very long, but you can freeze them.
But it's not as simple as just tossing the bag from the store into the icebox.
Wash them, dry them, and pull off the stems, and then line a baking sheet with wax paper and let them freeze on the sheet.
Once they're thoroughly frozen,
you can pop them into an airtight container from there.
Voila! They'll stay good in the freezer for months.
And they make a very tasty frozen treat, like a tiny popsicle.
Pro tip, frozen grapes can cool your wine without diluting it, because wine's made from grapes. It's the circle of life. Okay, the next food storage trick, greens, with one exception.
There's not much you can do for lettuce.
Which is why I never get ahead. Get it? Ahead of lettuce? Sorry.
Spinach, on the other hand, you can keep for up to about 10 months when you freeze it, but you first want to blanch it.
Like the Tennessee Williams character played by Tallulah Bankhead?
That means to plunge it into boiling water.
I knew that, so why?
It arrests the enzymes that break it down.
And then what?
Pull it out, cool it down, dry it, then transfer it over into that airtight container.
Pop it in the freezer and your spinach should be good for up to 10 months.
And this works for broccoli and cauliflower, okra.
Finally, here's how to store the one food item I throw away more than anything else, strawberries. When you get them back from the store,
remove the stems, then store them in a container that's lined with paper towels.
And this is counterintuitive, but store them dirty.
When you're pulling off the stems, resist the temptation to wash them. Instead, wash them just before you're about to eat them or use them.
Finally, maybe I won't throw out half of every carton of berries I buy. Keeping your family's food investment out of the garbage is at the top of the list.
Thanks, Jimmy. And speaking of fresh food, there's no better way to wow your family or your guests than with a home-cooked meal. So today, Teresa Strasser is going Italian with an absolutely mouth-watering pasta dish.
Pronto, it is time to make an Italian pasta dish from scratch with a man who knows the importance of homemade pasta.
When I grew up, when I was kids, the house smelling of the sauce, of the ragu, of the salsiccia, and that's the difference. That's why when you do pasta, you have to make it with love.
To learn how, we turn to owner of Pomo Pizzeria, Stefano Fabri, who taught us how to make
strozzapreti alla salsiccia.
Strozzapreti o strozzita. Did I just swear in Italian?
Kind of.
AKA pasta and sausage. First up, put the work in and make the dough.
This is the super simple, no egg in this pasta.
Yep, it's only 3 ingredients, flour, salt, and water.
Add a little bit water at the beginning, then you add more water.
Once you get a dough-like consistency, knead for about 10 minutes.
And you always use your hands?
Yes, always. And then you let the dough rest for another 30 minutes minimum.
Once your dough is rested, take a small section and get to rolling.
Turn it.
Turn it, roll it, turn it, roll it.
Yes, destro sapriti has to be really thin.
Not as easy as it looks, but doable.
So it's this,
Perfect.
right? And then you flip it.
Yes, you're doing amazing. It's perfect. And now we show how to cut the pasta.
Using a pizza cutter, cut the edges off, carefully cut squares into the dough, and roll each one in your hand.
Can I try one?
Perfect.
Not as good as yours, not as good as yours.
Your pasta will only take around 12 minutes to cook. Now, it's time for the secret sauce.
Tell me about your sauce.
Okay, the sauce is made with onion. We saute the onion for a little bit, and then we put the sausage. After we put a little bit of red wine.
Ooh.
And then a little bit of tomato paste.
Cook the sauce for about 2 hours. Add to your pasta with a touch of cream, and voila.
Oh my gosh. That is just like my mama used to never make. Because she never made pasta, but I wish she had.
Bravo, Stefano! Grazie for teaching us how to cook yummy homemade pasta with love.
Pasta never goes out of style, but tastes and some things do change. 2019 items that popped in popularity. That's our first story trending now.
White Claw? White Claw Summer 2019, baby.
Yeah, hard seltzer brands like White Claw became known as the drink of summer. And according to Square, they're not going anywhere. The payment systems company says hard seltzer experienced a 500% spike in sales this year and is likely to remain popular in 2020. Another thing that saw a big bump in spending, leopard print. Those safari spots saw sales soar 160% in 2019.
The beauty of animal prints is that they function as a neutral. You can easily build almost any outfit around it.
And an experience most likely to remain popular in the new year, axe throwing. It became a go-to activity this year with sales surging more than 300%. Another thing a lot of people will go crazy for, a royal gig is at number 2.
It's where history is made and where careers are started.
If you've ever dreamed of a career that takes you to Buckingham Palace, listen up. The Queen is hiring a head of digital engagement to manage social media communication strategies. Yes, that means curating content for the royal family's millions of Instagram followers.
Oh, really? Please.
The gig pays about $55,000 a year and has benefits like pension contribution, free lunches, and 33 days off. Get your application in by the 24th at royal.uk.
It's being part of a team where everyone matters and everyone contributes.
That job sounds pretty cool, especially if you get to travel with the royals. Now, our final trending topic is also about traveling, keeping folks safe on hazardous roads. Waze winter warnings, that's at number 3.
With Waze, you always get the fastest route, based on real-time traffic shared by millions of fellow Wazers.
And Waze isn't just helping motorists find the fastest route, but the safer one too. To help combat the dangers of winter driving, they've added a snowflake icon along with the words unplowed road that'll warn you if the streets ahead are dicey. And if drivers see a road that's filled with the fluffy white stuff, they can report the conditions on the app to warn others.
We need stuff like this in the community.
Sounds like a great idea, so be sure to update your app to get those features. And, of course, drive safe. That's what's trending now.
Up next, students spreading an important message.
Makes them happier, but it can also have them encourage other people to be happy.
Reasons we're going crazy for kindness. And anticipated shows that have a flair for the dramatic. Plus, wear what you print.
Advanced technology goes into this that you can wear every single day.
How 3D printers are taking our fashion to the next level. That's all next on the list.
Welcome back, folks. When most kids think of the holidays, they think about lazy days catching up on their sleep. But for high school seniors, the winter break is crunch time for college applications. Gotta seize the moment, so we're looking at how to put the win in winter.
For high school students who want to get into college, winter break is crunch time to finish their applications.
This is the most opportune time to make a lot of traction and get all those applications done that are due by January 1st.
Which is the most common due date for college applications. Education consultant Cindy Channon has tips on how to forge through the often uncomfortable process of selling yourself to universities. The first thing to do is to have the right mindset.
This is an opportunity for you to market yourself, what makes you weird, what makes you compelling. You're architecting your future and your education. So this is your chance to really put yourself out there.
This will shift your tone to sound more like you're saying, I want to be here and here's why, instead of, I'd really just like to get in.
It doesn't have to feel so cumbersome and stressful. This can be fun and creative.
Cindy says it's important to be in the right environment.
You need to go to an environment that's going to help you tap into your creative pool and help you download brilliant ideas. Put yourself in an environment that's going to just ground you, inspire you.
Cindy says that the space should be activating, but not where you usually work.
That place that kind of feels like deadline driven and punitive, that's not going to let you sort of breathe and relax.
Cindy's next piece of advice is to organize your time the right way.
Find ways to allocate your time into little bursts of productivity, tangible bite-sized tasks.
That way you'll constantly feel accomplished. But she says downtime is just as important.
Find time in there to have holiday, eggnog, time with your friends to go see the latest movies so that you can recharge. And then when you're doing that concentrated effort, you're all in.
This winter break, now you can be all in on your college applications.
The holidays aren't just a time to do college applications, they're also a time to be grateful for the people who do good deeds all year long. Teresa Strasser has 3 stories about folks lending a hand on the buzz list.
Thanks, positivity, happiness, kindness are 2019 trends that hopefully will not be out anytime soon. At number 1, Random Acts of Kindness Everywhere, a Facebook page created to spotlight people doing good deeds.
I'm watching a miracle in action.
That was the reaction of the father of a teen with autism after a store clerk went out of his way to help the man's son who wanted to learn how to stock a grocery store's shelves. The moment was captured and posted on the Facebook page to promote positivity, along with other posts like this one about a hotel clerk who showed a boy how to do a card trick.
Carter's father was touched by the man's kindness and shared this snap on Facebook.
A simple act of kindness can go a long way.
Heartfelt, that's warming, that makes you feel good inside. And I think in the last year, 2 years or so, we're thirsty for that.
Ricky Smith, the founder of Random Acts of Kindness Everywhere, wants people to use social media for
acts of kindness. You don't have to be rich, you don't have to be famous, you don't have to have 1 million followers. Just do something for somebody else. Why not show yourself doing good if it motivates and inspires others?
I am getting in on this trend ASAP. Next, Gary King's mission is to spread happiness one sign at a time. He's been putting them up for weeks around Pinellas County, Florida. He also wrote a book called The Happiness Formula, which is forgiveness for yourself and others, being honest and truthful, knowing your self-worth, and all that will equal happiness and fulfillment to the power of 10. He hopes his formula and signs inspire people to find true happiness.
Happiness is from in here. It's not out here. It's not a new car, it's not a new house, it's not a bank account. The 2 most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you figure out why.
Well, that inspirational quote deserves a sign of its own. And the 3rd spreading kindness headline making our list is out of Butte, Montana, where a group of munchkins is sharing positive messages to motorists. The group of 6th grade students is hoping their messages are a cure for those Monday morning blues.
So we decided to just brighten up their Monday by making it feel like a Friday.
Not only does it happen their day, so it makes them happier, but it can also have them encourage other people to be happy.
It is a sign, people. Pay attention. Spreading joy to the world on the buzz list.
They should have those kids with the signs in every city, and your GPS should send you past them. Lots more of the list is still to come, so stay with us.
Now from the list, make a tasty chicken ranch dip using only 3 ingredients. You'll need cream cheese, a rotisserie chicken, and a packet of ranch seasoning. First, put your cream cheese in the food processor. Then, in goes the store-bought rotisserie chicken. Finally, add a packet of ranch seasoning, mix until blended, and voila!
That's it?
That's it.
No heat.
No heat at all.
No fire.
Nothing.
For everything that's new now and next, go to thelisttv.com.
We are back, folks, and if you love drama, get ready because your TV's got options. Some of them are coming as soon as next Tuesday. Christina Guerrero's got 4 highly anticipated shows on the hot list.
Brace for impact.
Our list of highly anticipated dramas coming to TV and streaming begins with a family that takes us to the future, Lost in Space.
We're lost. No kidding.
The Robinson family is back for a second season in this reboot of the 60s sci-fi show, complete with a digital upgrade, both in special effects and because it's on Netflix.
Ready to go through the looking glass?
This time, the space family is stuck on an ocean planet, and the search is on to find their lost robot pal. It all begins next Tuesday.
I'm gonna find Tim. Good.
Another drama making its way to Netflix the same week, You.
Everyone just calls me Beck. And you're...
Just Joe.
Penn Badgley is back for season 2 of this drama that follows a 21st century love story that takes What Would You Do for Love to a whole other level.
Love has taken me to some pretty dark places. But Los Angeles has got to be as dark as it gets.
This time we follow Joe to Los Angeles, where his eyes and obsession are now set on someone new.
Every relationship has its obstacles to overcome, right?
And from streaming to your TV with a brand new Fox drama, Deputy.
You gotta be kidding me. I wish we were.
Stephen Dorff stars as Bill Hollister, an old-fashioned lawman who's landed the job of Los Angeles County Sheriff.
You want to hunt gangsters? Human traffickers? I'm your man.
Probably the most unlikely man to lead one of the largest police forces in the world, and it premieres January 2nd.
Enjoy those stars while you got them. I will.
Finally, get ready, because Party of 5 is coming back.
They don't care who we are, Papi. Don't you understand that by now?
We show ourselves.
This reimagined version of the Golden Globe Award-winning 90s family and teen drama is making a comeback to the cable network Freeform, but this one with an immigration twist.
Bye, Mommy.
Don't break my heart.
Just like the original, it will follow the lives of 5 siblings trying to raise each other on their own, and it all premieres January 8th.
Mommy and Papi managed with a lot less than what we have. They figured it out. So will we.
Highly anticipated dramas coming to your TV and streaming on the hot list.
All great options, but Party of 5 and Lost in Space reboots, those great shows are reminding us what's old can always be made new again. We'll be right back.
Need the list anytime, anywhere? We've got you covered 24/7 at our newly redesigned website, thelisttv.com. It's filled with fresh information you can use everywhere you need it. Download our app on your mobile device and you'll have the list everywhere you go. Get what's new, what you need to know now, and what's next 24/7 on thelisttv.com.
Welcome back, folks. Now, the latest way 3D printing is slowly but surely changing our lives: fashion. It's raising a ruckus on runways and showing potential as a way to customize mass-produced items. So let's take a look at the evolution of 3D printed fashion.
3D printing made a big splash when it first came out, and it seemed like everybody's desk were adorned with plastic toys. Now the technology is being used to make parts for cars, planes, and clothes?
Advanced technology goes into this that you can wear every single day.
Elisa Yoakum, president of Stax 3D, tells us how 3D printed fashion is going to be a couture game changer. Let's start with 3D printed wearable clothing.
This actually started as powder in a bed in a 3D printer, and then a model is sent to the computer.
A designer draws up a model of a clothing item using fashion design software and sends the file to the 3D printing computer.
That computer slices up that model so it has a layer by layer approach to how it's going to print it, and a laser goes in and hardens up that powdered material into the chainmail that you see here.
The finished product still has a plastic texture, but when worn over a bodysuit, it flows and moves with the body comfortably. Next, This technology isn't limited to clothing, it can also create jewelry with unusual designs.
And take a ring like this that has been printed in brass, and you'll see that there are 2 layers to this. So this top layer has much larger holes, inside is much smaller.
While traditional jewelry can be designed using tools to cut and engrave, 3D printing allows designers to shape metal and plastics in ways that can't be done by hand.
There's nothing that you would ever be able to do that could have you get this kind of complex or impossible geometry together in the traditional sense.
3D printed clothing? Check. 3D printed jewelry? Check. Finally, 3D printed fashion accessories.
These cool blue glasses I'm wearing are from eyeglass designer Edward Biner.
Andrew Dr. Fashion Bernstein is a huge fan of these lightweight 3D printed glasses that can be customized in any imaginable color or style. He also says to keep an eye out for 3D printed ties like the one he's wearing that can be made in just a few hours and are flexible and durable.
Look at that, isn't that cool?
We're getting all dressed up in fashion that's taking us to the next dimension.
Can you imagine that? You buy a new shirt and then you just print a pair of sunglasses to match. Be awesome.